The mind is a weapon. It can destroy with destructive thoughts. It can destroy your dreams, just like the dream killers. What they did, the dream killers, they knew, consciously or subconsciously, that the mind was a weapon and that they could destroy your dreams like their dreams were destroyed. But these videos are going to be better than my trading videos because they will discuss the secrets of success. No, the principles of success, not only with trading, but anything in life. Now, I'm not a person that comes from money. My immediate family, I was the first person to pass a certain income bracket with my immediate family. And I will be the first, if not the first, one of the first, okay, if not the first millionaire in like the last 3 to 4 generations of my family. So I'm coming from a person that grew up in a house like this, sharing one room with my 2 brothers and not being able to afford a lot of the things that other children had going to school, but having parents with strong morals, strong principles, strong faith, hardworking. They were successful and they had wealth and family. And what they taught us when it comes to principles, faith in God, strong morals, strong character. And that is one of the things that helped me get to where I am now. I'm standing on their shoulders. But last video, we talked about faith. And in this video, I want to rewind and go back to the origin of where success starts. And the first thing I want to say to you is I always thought it was faith and only thinking big. But the starting point of all achievement is desire. So I want to talk to you first about desire and dream killers. When we were growing up, we all encountered, maybe not all of us, but the majority of us have encountered dream killers. They could have been people that we grew up with. They could have been our parents. They could have been cousins, aunts and uncles, siblings, teachers in our schools, principals, counselors. And these people are people that saw an innocent child thinking of something that they wanted to do, and they killed the dream by telling them that it was impossible. They killed the dream by telling them they should do something different. Sometimes teachers are giving us advice and wisdom that is reasonable, but sometimes people are speaking from a point of their own limitations. So I want everyone that's listening to this, let us all sit down and dig deep and think about our current goals. Are our current goals what they are because somewhere along the way we figured that the things that we really wanted to do were impossible? Or somewhere along the way, the people that were shaping us, they taught us to think small because they were afraid of some sort of failure. They were afraid that we would fail. They were afraid that we would get hurt. So I want you to question yourself. Was there a dream killer in your path? I remember several times, I used to want to be a cardiologist, heart surgeon. And I remember a teacher talked me out of it. He said, oh, they have to work too much. But I find myself, as I worked my way up to the top of my company as a software engineer, as I worked my way up to the top of leadership in my community, I found that anything that required success required a lot of work. So this was a person, as I think back, this was a person that was just working at a supermarket that told me this, right? They convinced me to abandon something that they thought to be too much work. They thought the effort would take too much effort, right? Now, so I want you to think about that. And then the next thing, when it comes to desire, I want you to dig deep and look around at what you see and realize that what you think is impossible is likely not. Elon Musk, a person that revolutionized the electric car industry and the space industry. Before he went into the space industry, and when he went there, people were saying that it was impossible that someone would be able to do what NASA couldn't. It was impossible that someone like him could go into the car industry and compete with giants that had been there for years. I'll tell you of the story of Henry Ford. He wanted to achieve something, And he told his engineers, hey, I want you to achieve this thing. And they said it was impossible. He said, I know, but I want it. I want it done. So they worked for 6 months. They worked for another 6 months. They came back after a year. That was their only job. They came back after a year. They said, hey, it's impossible. We still haven't got it done. He said, I hear you, but keep going because I want it done. Now, this was a person that became 100 millionaire after he was 40. But it was a principle of desire. This thing, it seemed as if it was a miracle that happened, and it was a breakthrough where this thing that he wanted, it came true. This type of engine that he wanted to be built. So just think about the advances of the human being and the human mind, right? I mentioned last video, I'm flying 8,000 miles to Dubai in 14 hours, 200 something people on the plane, right? Just think about the advances of the human being. And it's most likely that what you want to achieve is actually very possible. It may seem impossible for you, but it's very possible, and someone else has already done it. Okay? So, therefore, I challenge you. I challenge you to do the following. Reignite that desire, whatever it is, whatever it was that you wanted. Reignite it and write it down. Okay? I want you to write it down. This is very, very powerful. As is written, so shall it be. Okay? If you ask not, you have not. Okay? But the problem is people write it down and they forget about it. But I want you to do this. This has happened to me in trading. I wrote down that I want you to write down what it is that you want. Okay? If it's money, write down a certain amount. Write down the date that you want it by. Okay? And here's the thing. Here's where everybody else is going to leave me. This is where you're going to tap out on me. Write down what you are willing to sacrifice to get it. This is where everybody misses. They miss the point. What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up time on the weekend? Are you willing to give up time after work? Are you willing to give up time before work? Are you willing to give up partying on the weekend? Are you willing to give up alcohol? Are you willing to give up weed? Are you willing to give up, and you know what it is that could potentially be holding you back? Okay? What is it that you need to give up in order to achieve what you want to achieve? That's the question. So when you write that thing down and you write down the date, you have to write down what you'd be willing to give up, because you have to give up something. You are where you are now because of your choices. At a certain point, you didn't have control, like I didn't have control. Growing up where I grew up, going to the school where I went to school. But as an adult, I have a choice. And I didn't understand that the mind is a weapon. The mind is a weapon. It can destroy with destructive thoughts. It can destroy your dreams, just like the dream killers. What they did, the dream killers, they knew, consciously or subconsciously, that the mind was a weapon and that they could destroy your dreams like their dreams were destroyed. But the mind can destroy the dreams, but it can be used as a weapon. It is a formidable weapon that can be used to construct and bring into existence your dreams, your vision, your desires. So what is it that you are willing to give up? And then what are your plans? You have to have plans. Okay. I wrote this down. By such and such date, I want to have 100K in my account. And I'm willing to give up 4 hours a day during the week and 7 hours a day on the weekend to master US 30. I had this written down. Okay. And I read this. This is the other key. Read this in the morning and at night, every day. In the morning, before you start your day, this will motivate you. And at night, Why at night? Is because if you read it at night, a lot of foolishness happens at night. A lot of stuff that distracts you happens at night. If you read this at night, you will avoid some of that foolishness. If you read it at night, when you're asleep, your mind, your subconscious will be churning on that, and you will wake up with ideas. If you read this twice a day, this will help give you tremendous focus. You will have a lot of focus. You have a greater ability to focus. And that's where a lot of us lose out. We forget. We get distracted. We get demotivated. But reading this in the morning and at night will help you with focus and help condition your mind for the possibility. Now, that 100K came and went. That goal came and went. Just imagine me wanting to make 100K, then make 200K, and hitting these targets, okay? And then coming to a point to where you see the docuseries, you see me posting online where it's like, all right, I'm doing a 300K challenge, and I'm saying it like it's a 5K challenge. I imagine being here. I wrote these things down. By such and such date, I'll have $1 million in my account. These are things I wrote down and I'm reading every single day. I put in my vision board, I will buy my wife a Maserati. Bought her a Maserati by the mercy of God, right? I put in my vision board a lot of things, my whys, etc. So I'm saying all this to say, desire is the starting point. If you ask not, you have not. If you don't have a clear desire of what you want, what you truly want, you will never achieve it. You won't just stumble upon it. Success comes to those that are success conscious. Okay? Poverty comes to those that are poverty conscious. Now, I know that there are wars and there are certain conditions that people can escape. If you're in those conditions, then my heart goes out to you. If you're in a condition where you have some ability to make change, then you have to set your mind on the change that you want. So write it down, what you want, the date, what you're willing to give up, and your plans. I would read these with passion, and I would pray to God to grant these things to happen. And sometimes I would supersede the target that I had. Sometimes I didn't, but oftentimes, even if I didn't, I would be in a such greater place than I was before. And I would just look around and say, I didn't hit my target because my target was 10x, right? I didn't hit my target, but thank God that I am here where I am now. Now, the last thing about plans I want to say is that most people, when the plans don't work, they just quit, okay? Here's the key. The key is to reorganize the plans and keep going. You may say, what if I don't have plans? Just put together what you have right now and go in that direction. There's a principle in my holy book where it says that God can create from nothing. Before dust existed, before water existed, there was nothing. God can create in your life from nothing. You may have some plans and you say, this is nothing. But those plans will continue to evolve as you go forward. You will learn things. People will be brought to you. The person that you were looking for will come to you. The people that you needed, the person that you needed, the man or woman, the principle that you needed, the piece of knowledge that you needed will come to you. And you have to reorganize the plans. If you fail, you learn something. Reorganize your plans. If you are successful, if you make a success, reorganize the plans. Keep the plans in focus and reorganize them, fine-tune them. Don't abandon them. Don't abandon the vision. So now we talked about desire. We talked about faith. And we're going to go through 11 more principles. Let me know. Drop a fire sign in the comment section if you enjoyed this talk. Do what I said. Write it down. Read it every day. Figure out what you need to give up, and make your plans. Run those plans by others, and just continue to refine those plans. And eventually you'll hit your goal. Drop a fire sign in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and share this video with someone else that needs to hear this. Okay, so let's take this back to trading. Let's say you may want to make $1,000 a month. Okay, let's say an extra $1,000 a month. 10x your goal. Say I want to make an extra 10K. Design your statement around that. Okay. By X and X date, I will have such and such in my account, and I will be making around $10,000 a month. And this is what I'm willing to give up. I'm willing to get education. I'm willing to get a coach. I'm willing to get a mentor. I'm willing to read X book. I'm willing to back test on the weekend. I'm willing to give up this. And this is my plan. Write out your step-by-step plan. Okay? And eventually, you will surpass 1K, and you may not even realize it. And then what will happen is you're going to stretch that goal. You say, by X and X date, I want such and such in my account, and I want to make 50K a month. And then you'll do it. Now, the span of time between each of these, we don't know. But that's why you have to figure out something that you truly desire. You truly desire. Okay? As I quoted in the beginning, Elon Musk, he said, when something is important enough, do it, even if all odds are against you, or all odds are not in your favor. Right now, right this minute, think about, reflect on what you truly desire. If you don't truly desire trading, it's okay. There are other things you can do to make $1,000 a month extra. There's other things you can do to make $10,000 a month. There's other things you can do to make 100K in a month. Think about what you truly desire. Write it down. Write down what you're willing to give up. Write down your plan and read it every day, in the morning and at night. Drop a fire sign in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Get the likes up. That's another way I'll know if you like the video. And please share this video with someone that you know that needs to hear it. All right. See you next Friday.